amazing souls, this is Donna with Emergency Yoga, and this class that I am offering you today is what I call a sacred pause. So this is a chance to slow down, to tune into your truest self, to your innermost desires, and to also take some rest. If you have a couple of blocks or something like blocks, so this could also be books or cushions or a rolled up towel, those would be great props. And if you have I'm actually sitting on a blanket, so if you have a blanket that you can roll up, or also a towel can work as well. If you do have a bolster, amazing. I don't have one with me, but if you have one, you can also bring that to your mat today. And you might also like to bring a pen and your favorite journal in case you are somebody who likes to write down your thoughts and reflections, because we're going to spend a bit of time doing that in our sacred pause today. But for now, I want you to find a comfortable seat, and that could be on your yoga mat, but it could also be on your sofa or somewhere else. And I want you to let your hands rest, palms facing down, on your legs so that your shoulders feel very comfortable dropping away from your ears. And you can leave your eyes open or you can close them, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Let your spine lengthen and begin to breathe easily in and out through the nose. And as you breathe easily in and out through the nostrils, I want you to see if you can slow your breath down. And while you are focused on how it feels to continue breathing slowly like this, I want you to also just scan through the body to see if there's any places of tightness that you can immediately soften. So it might be the sides of your face, behind your eyeballs, maybe unclenching your jaw, softening through your throat or inside your mouth, letting those shoulders drop away from your ears, letting your heart soften, your belly relax. Notice if you're holding your arms or your hands up in any way, and just let those drop down towards the floor. And feel a heaviness in the lower body, anything that's touching the earth, just let it sink down a little deeper towards the floor. And continue breathing smoothly in and out through the nostrils. Nothing for you to do, nowhere else for you to be other than in this sacred pause of a moment. And just think of this time together today as a moment of surrender. You are surrendering the busyness of life. You are surrendering the hustle, and you are letting go of your need to do and embracing this sense of being. Before we move our bodies at all, just take a moment to place your hand on your heart or on your belly, whichever feels most natural for you. And just give yourself time to send yourself some love, send yourself some compliments. It might be as simple as saying thank you to yourself for turning up and dedicating this time to yourself. Thank you for the opportunity to rest and to pause and to be still. But you might also give yourself a really active, positive compliment and tell yourself, I love you. Tell yourself how amazing you are. Tell yourself to keep going. You've got this. Life is supporting you. Whatever words give you a sense of comfort and ease. And just take a long, slow breath out and rest both hands back in your lap. I'm going to take very few poses in this class, so it's more a yin style class. We're going to start with Upavishta Konasana with the legs wide. So if you find it hard to fold forward in any position, I want you to keep sitting on a little blanket or a rolled up towel. And if you find it easy to fold forward, you can always take this out from underneath you, which is what I'm going to do. All right, so with your hands next to your hips, flex your ankles and have your toes pointing towards the sky. We want a nice straight spine to begin with. The shoulders are relaxed. Take a big breath in so your spine lengthens first. Folding forward or bring your hands onto your legs or the floor in front of you, whatever works for you. If you've got a bolster or a couple of blocks, you can also use these as support to either rest your forearms, hands, chin, face, whatever. And we're just going to stay here and breathe, feeling the stretch of our inner legs, of the backs of our legs, and a little bit on our lower back as well. And continue this breath easily in and out through the nostrils. Just letting everything soften and slow down towards the earth. Just letting everything soften towards the earth, letting everything slow down. And just feel the weight of gravity bring space into your body. Make sure there's no wrinkles in the back of your neck. Make sure the front of your face and the inside of your mouth are relaxed. Not pushing into this pose, but just really easing into this big stretch. Take about 5 more breaths here. Just knowing that it's okay to be still. We're not trying to do a lot of things in this practice today. We're just trying to be ourselves. Maybe take an exhale out through the mouth if it feels lovely and releasing for you. Let these last couple of breaths help you sink further and further towards the earth. And slowly use the weight of your hands into the floor to help yourself press up. From here, you're going to take the left shin, so it's in front of you, parallel to the front of your mat, and you're going to swing this right leg behind you so that the right shin is perpendicular. And you look down at your legs, and you know that your legs are in the shape of letter L's, and you have a square between your legs. Take your hands either side of this left thigh, press them into the floor, and take an inhale. So it's the right side waist that's a little short. Try and lengthen that. You're going to turn all the way to your left thigh. And either stay up resting on your hands or use your blocks or a bolster underneath your forearms or your belly and come lower down to the floor. And from here, I just want you to really sink the body, the hips, the lower back, all the way down to the earth. Let things soften. Let your shoulders relax. You might even close your eyes as you breathe easily in and out through the nostrils. Just giving yourself time to be still. And just welcoming in this little bit of rest and this sense of being rather than always having to be doing. Let your belly relax while you're here. Let the breath be easy and free in and out through the nostrils. And if it feels good, you can always take that long releasing exhale out through the mouth. Let the brain relax inside the skull and take a couple more breaths here. And slowly at the bottom of your next exhale, use your hands and arms for support as you inhale and press up. We're going to just switch the legs in the opposite direction. So your right shin will be parallel to the front of your mat. Swing your left leg around behind you. Make sure you've got that square shape with your legs. Take your hands either side of your right thigh and inhale and stretch. And this time it's the left side of your waist that is kind of shortening. So we want to lengthen that out. We're going to turn to the right thigh using whatever props you've got. Blocks, books, blankets, maybe something underneath the forearm if that helps. But just try and have that sense of softness and sinking down towards the earth in a place and position that feels sustainable for your body. And hopefully feel your lower back unravel a little bit, your legs and hips begin to relax. But don't forget about relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the eyeballs, relaxing the jaw as well. Just keep the breath really easy and free, moving in and out through the nostrils. Long, deep breaths. Just letting the breath release if that feels really good for you. And we'll take a few more breaths here as the body gets heavier, as the body gets softer. Long, slow breath out. You can just use your hands and arms for support as you inhale and come up. And just bring your legs around. Any place is good, so you have time to set up with some props. And we're going to put the blocks or books, whatever you've got, right at the front of your mat. And your feet are actually going to rest on these. So your heels are going to rest on these. And you're going to take your blanket and roll it up into a long, thin roll. If your blanket is too thick, you can always roll it smaller. If you've got a bolster, this is also a great pop, a towel or something else. And we're going to put this roughly in the middle of our mat. And what we want to do with this blanket is we want our head to be off, touching the floor. So you need to scoot yourself up far enough that your head is going to go off the floor. Probably your hips might still be on the blanket, depending how tall you are. And we're going to have our feet, our heels resting on the blocks. So normally what you do is just sit your tailbone on the blanket as a kind of starting point. And again, you just have to, depending on how tall you are and how long your torso is, you might have to play around. Okay, I need to move my blocks a little bit further away. So my heels are on the blocks. The blanket is going along my spine, and my shoulders and my head are actually dripping off the blanket onto the floor. Arms come out alongside the body, palms facing the sky. So we've got a little miniature inversion here, a nice little bit of heart opening, and a place where we can also really relax the belly. Take your time to set this up. You can always press pause on the video, and then let your body sink down into the floor. Breath comes easily in and out through the nose. Let your brain start to unravel inside the skull and relax. Any thoughts are just moving in, moving out. The breath is easy and free through the nostrils. Notice if there are any places that you're holding tension. See if you can relax and release them. Let your shoulders drop down completely. Let your jaw soften. Let the back of your heart melt onto the blanket and the floor. And just let yourself take a rest, a sacred pause of doing absolutely nothing. We'll take about another minute here, just resting in the state of being rather than doing. Letting go of busyness, letting go of hustle, letting go of pushing, and welcoming in a sense of surrender. Keep all of your body, front and back, completely relaxed. And just remind yourself that you're exactly where you need to be. Take a few more easy, slow breaths here. Letting the breath exhale through the mouth anytime that feels good for you. And slowly, slowly begin to bend the knees and place one foot on the floor. Place the other foot on the floor. And you can just roll yourself off your blanket. And just press yourself halfway up. And we're going to use the same props. If you've got a bolster, you can use a bolster instead. But this time with the blanket, we are going to fold it in, I like to fold it in thirds, so you have more of a kind of rectangular shape for the blanket. And we're going to bring the blocks. I've got my right hip towards the back of my mat. And I'm going to bring the blocks in the center of my mat long way here. Lay the blanket over the top. That is for comfort. So we're going to do sideways Shavasana. And so if you bend your legs and scooch one hip up close to the blocks, we're going to lay the belly on top of the blanket here. And just to let you know that if your gaze is turned to the knees, that will be less stress on your neck. If you want more twist, you can turn your gaze away from your knees to the other direction. So you do what feels better for you. So one hip right up towards the blocks and the blanket. And again, if you've got a bolster, just use that. Belly turns towards the blanket. And you just lay yourself down nice and cozy, forearms on the floor. Turning your head in whichever direction feels better for you. And just letting yourself take rest. Welcoming in the pause, knowing that just by being still and doing nothing but lying here on your mat, you're actually refueling yourself with prana and life force. Let your legs be heavy, let your feet be relaxed. Let your shoulders melt down. Let your eyes close if that feels better. And let your belly be completely relaxed while you're here. Everything is sinking towards the floor. Letting the breath go through the mouth if that feels lovely and releasing for you. Take a couple longer breaths here. Letting the body feel heavy. Long exhale. And just very, very slowly use your hands for support. You're going to keep your head heavy. And just press up enough. If you turn yourself to the front of your mat, so your lower back is towards your blocks, all you do is flip yourself over the other direction. So knees go other side. Have your hip close to your blocks and your blanket. Take your hands either side of your setup. Turn your belly towards the blanket and then lay yourself down, and we do the other side. So remember that the gaze is wherever feels good for you. Arms can support yourself on the floor. Knees are bent, feet are relaxed. Just let yourself sink down onto the blocks of the bolster. Let the shoulders soften. And embrace this beautiful stillness that you're creating in your practice today. You're not holding anything up. Everything is melting towards the earth. Belly is relaxed. Legs are heavy. Melting down to the floor. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And just remembering that a pause is not nothing. A pause is actually a refuel. It's the way we gain energy. It's the way we create space. Keep the belly relaxed as you take a few more breaths here, exhaling out through the mouth whenever you need to. And just seeing if you can soften a little bit more. And then at the very bottom of your next exhale, you use your hands for support. Keep your head heavy. And slowly inhale. Just come halfway up. Decide which props you want to use for your Shavasana. So maybe you want the blanket rolled underneath your knees. Maybe you want the blanket on top of you. If you have a bolster over your belly is very nice. I'm just going to roll this I'm going to leave the blanket as is actually, just place that underneath my knees, which is nice if you've got a tight lower back. Roll yourself down to take rest and have yourself in whichever is your most comfortable position. Maybe something over your eyes. I'm just going to give you a little bit of guidance here. So relaxing all the hair follicles in your head. Feeling the skin of your skull soften. Noticing your eyeballs drop back into your eye sockets. And the sides of your face relax. Feel your jaw soften, and maybe your tongue drops back slightly inside your mouth. And letting all the muscles around your neck, around your throat, relax. Feel the heaviness of the tops of your shoulders drop back towards the earth. Your heart melt inside your chest. The heaviness of your arm bones as your arms and the backs of your hands drip down towards the floor. A softening of your palms. And a gentle heaviness to your rib cage, almost imagining that it's dripping down towards the earth. Soften your belly even further. Feel the weight of your buttocks and your hips on the floor. Have a sense of your inner thighs rolling open as the flesh of your upper legs drops down towards your mat. Backs of the knees are heavy. The weight of your calf muscles spread on the earth. The ankles and feet are completely relaxed. And you have a sense of spaciousness between your toes. Everything is as it should be in this sacred pause. There is nothing for you to do. There is no way for you to be. This moment is exactly it. Breath is so relaxed that you barely notice it moving in and out through your nostrils. Maybe take a long, slow, relaxing exhale through the mouth. And allow yourself to be held by Mother Earth. Easy, gentle, relaxed breaths. Welcoming in stillness and the sacred pause. And just very, very slowly begin to notice your breath. You don't need to deepen it at all, but just feel yourself breathing in and out. Give a little wiggle to your fingers and toes and let your body stay very heavy and very soft. And we are going to come up into a seated position of your choice, but I want you to do that very, very slowly. So you can just give your knees a little bend and roll to one side, supporting yourself with your hand, and just take a couple of easy breaths resting on your side for a moment. Maybe you keep your eyes closed. And support yourself to gently come up into some kind of comfortable seat. And if you do have your journal and pen close and you're a writer, then maybe you would like to have that handy. Otherwise, you can just rest your hands in your lap and focus on your breath as it moves easily in and out through the nostrils. And let your awareness drop into your heart space so you're tuned into your innermost truth, your heart wisdom. Let your body stay soft, but mentally ask yourself if there's any places that you feel like you're really pushing in life. That sense of having to always force things or coming up against edges or resistance. And there might be one clear answer, or there might be a word or a color or just a feeling or sensation. But where are you feeling this resistance? Where are the edges? Where is there a lot of effort going into things? And then just do a check-in with yourself to see, is that effort that is actually required? Is there a need to consistently meet these edges and resistance? And in some cases, this might all be for a very good reason. But just use this self-inquiry as you're tuned into your heart wisdom to also ask yourself, could I relax and let go? Where can I soften? Is there a place where I can choose surrender? And just let yourself connect into your heart's truest nature, receiving whatever messages and information are destined for you today. And if you'd like to journal on that, you can always press pause and give yourself more time now or at the end of this practice together. With the body soft and the mind relaxed and the breath easy, you can bring your hands in front of your heart in Namaste and bow your gaze towards your fingertips. And I want you to just give yourself a moment to really thank yourself for turning up today, to thank your body for softening, to thank yourself for surrendering to your breath, and to thank your mind for being in a state of being rather than doing. And we'll close this sacred pause with a joyful Om, and you are so welcome to join me, or you can just let the vibration wash over you. Taking a long, slow breath out through the mouth. Big breath in. Open your arms wide, open your heart. Softly, like a flower furling inwards, wrap your arms around yourself. Turn your gaze downward and give yourself a gentle but heartfelt hug. Namaste, amazing humans. Enjoy the sacred pause. Enjoy this stillness, your slower heart rate, your relaxed nervous system for the rest of your day or evening. And remember that it's okay to soften into life and be more and do less. Namaste. I will see you very soon on Emergency Yoga.